We are actually in the middle of creating something new right now, and most of us don't even realize it yet. This is the collective energy reading for April 6th through 14th, the One of Wind Dawn. Hi, I'm Stephanie. I'm an intuitive energy reader, and I hold space for deeper awareness, movement through stuck places, and reconnecting with your own inner knowing. So this card, the One of Wind Dawn, this card is about the energy and potential energy of the egg or the seed and the context or the substance it sits in, or the material that it's surrounded by and held by. It bumps up against what is on the outside, and what is on the outside is what is holding it. And on the inside is the seed or the egg, like before it's impregnated, so to say, like a seed before it sprouts. Here we are at the One of Wind. The wind in the tarot is of the mind. And at the one, we are kind of at the beginning of a new cycle, hence the name Dawn. So what does this mean? The beginning of a new cycle. The cycle of what? It's a new cycle of conception of the mental, of the mind, something new. Everything that has always been will always ever be, right? So energy that has already existed will always exist. And it's the time now of the new. We create the new. We formulate new concepts. We create new things from old ideas. And with creation, it's always like that, right? In music, it's like that. Like there's the 12 notes, but the infinite combination of possibilities are what makes something new. And in this card, all the stuff, all the bumping up against, we see right here, the edges, the bumping up against the seed, it's creating something new. It's like rubbing up against, it's creating friction. It's like the scratching up and bumping up against new. It's making new grooves. It's sparking creation. The creational spark. And that's where we are right now. One of Wind, something new. Something new is beginning. It's created. It's not something else coming in, something new that's being created right here. It's being created right here. It's right in front of us. We can't see it yet. We can't see the bigger picture yet, but it's here, right in front of us. We are immersed in it. It is all around us. The creation is happening. And when we think about creation and creativity, we don't necessarily connect it with the mind. We think about, tapping into something or going with the flow or being free. And the mind can seem more constricting with its thoughts and ideas and straight lines and avenues and plans and goals and figuring. We talked about this in a couple of the collective readings recently, where the mind is actually a huge part of the creative process. We have to be able to conceptualize, to imagine, to dream, and that takes seeing something that's not, quote, real yet, envisioning, and it takes our mind and coupled with the spirit, with fire and our emotional state. Our emotions play a huge role in why we create and how we create. And we can make it real through the physical. So all of the elements are involved: mind, spirit, emotions, and body. So let's ask, why are we looking at the One of Wind Dawn? What is happening now so that creation happens? Newness happens. Ideas are born. Things are made. Concepts are made and born through the process of necessity. And energetically, when there is a space, energy will fill it up quickly. So when there is a space to fill in the universe, the energy will fill it up. There is no empty space. Creation will fill it up. Something new will land there, or something old will land there, or it will get filled up. So there's never a void. And we're in the process now where there is a need for new, right? There are things breaking down, and then there is this need for concepts, ideas, structures, creations to fill in what is breaking down. It's not just as one thing replacing the other, but as a law of the universe, right? It needs to be something there that fills it up. And so what really wants to come through with this card, what really wants to come through with this card is that not only is the spot we're in now with our collective in the times we're living in, and we're living through a process. But also these days, these times are asking us to see things in a more nuanced way, not just black and white, like here's the beginning and here's an ending. Here's an ending, now let's start the beginning again. It just doesn't work like that. And this card is telling us that. It's telling us that things grow, things change, things evolve, things affect other things. And there are so many layers and stories to tell around it that we can never really understand it all. But what we can understand and drop into now is that we are part of the creative process as a collective and as individuals. And can we be in this era, be in this change, be in this evolution, be in this growth, be in this friction, be in this spark, be in all the messiness of it with intention and awareness. And the biggest concept, the biggest idea that has come through a lot lately in these collective readings is that we are a part of the whole. We are a part of the process. We are contributing. We are not only an effect of the whole or outside things. We have lived for a very, very, very long time with deeply ingrained beliefs that we are separate, and we're not separate. And this is the concept that is being reversed or awakened in each and every one of us during these times. This is the most important concept. Not only does this energy tell us that we're all together in this, it's in like, hey, let's work together, but it encourages us to ask, hey, what responsibilities do I have as an individual? How am I playing a role in the whole? And can I see how I have lived my life as an effect of everything outside of myself? What's within is without, and what's without is within. So when the structures are breaking down on the outside, they are breaking down internally, and vice versa. So what is our role in all this? And it's not to encourage us to take everything so seriously and figure it out with our minds, but it's just asking us to awaken to this as the reality here at the One of Wind. It's opening up this concept in our minds, because our minds conceptualize things in a very black and white format sometimes to keep us feeling safe, to keep us focused, to keep us on track, to keep us contained. And all of that is fine when we are aware of it. These times are asking us to expand and get into zones of discomfort in order for us to have more creative potential, in order for us to step into more of our creative potential. That makes sense. So how do we create beyond the structures that we are living in now, right? How do we create more? How do we see ourselves as part of the whole? How do we create bigger, better, more expansive realities here, right in front of us, right here, right around us, right here, not down the road, not generations down, but here, right now? How do we participate in the creation of that? Well, we don't wait around for somebody else to do it for us. That's what this is. And it's not that we have to go out and, change the politics right this instant, although that would be cool, right? What it means is not to wait around for it to happen for us, to us. It means that we start to deepen and open our awareness around the concept of one whole, and to start to say to ourselves, oh, I can be doing in my life differently. I could be focusing on how I look at my life differently, my daily life right now. So let's talk about the practices. How do we drop into this awareness of the One of Wind as an individual? Because here's where it matters most. Here's where it's going to affect the most. Here's where it's going to have the most effect on all of us, on our surroundings. We all affect the whole. We all do. There is no doubt about that. So how can we participate in our lives and creation of our lives and the expansion of our lives with more awareness, intention, and courage? It is about courage. We are part of this. Let's have the courage to step up and say, I'm responsible for this. I'm going to create something. I'm going to be responsible for how I create with my mind, how I create with my thoughts, with my feelings, how I create with my physicality, how I create my work in the world, how I create the way I view another human being. How do I create? What we're creating is the view that we're all part of the whole. There's no separate. There's no animal kingdom and human kingdom. We're all part of the same kingdom here. How do we start to take responsibility for seeing in that way versus isolated thinking? Okay, here we are. How do we do this? Number one, you start to feel the friction and the discomfort in your own personal being, your own individual self, in the ways that you are moving through the world in your life. So, how you do this is by paying more attention and cultivating awareness of your internal self, how you feel in conversations, how you are thinking about certain things, or the way things are going now, like in the bigger picture, right? And even on a smaller level, how are you thinking and feeling about the life you are living? Now I'll give you some examples for myself and how I'm doing this. In my life, I am tired and I am very used to moving quickly and productively because that is the programming that I have been raised in. Most of us have. And I don't want to move so quickly anymore. I don't want to get things done every moment of my day. I don't always want to be productive in the ways that society has told me I need to be productive as a mom, as a female, as a fill in the blank, right? So how I've been creating more awareness and spaciousness for change and creation around this is I just really honor that feeling of not wanting to go fast. I listen, I say to myself, oh, well, I've been feeling this way for quite a long time, so I'm going to start to listen to her. And I take breaks throughout my day in order to listen to this part of myself that is true. We do not all have the luxury as parents to go on vacation or to even take a weekend away, even take a day off. I take very small breaks. I do that when I get home from work. I'll go and take my shower and lay down for a little bit to rest. I have incorporated going to my local gym and taking a sauna as much as I can for 20 minutes. When I find like myself in the kitchen cooking or about to cook dinner or get something ready for food for my family and everybody's in there and it's just, overwhelming, like chaos for me. When I get overwhelmed, I stop, I put what I'm doing down, and I go into my bedroom and I take just a little break so I can come back out and handle what I'm doing with a little bit more calm and awareness. I go outside, I look at the trees for just a few breaths. These are all examples of what I'm doing. So to say that we don't have time to extract ourselves, to take responsibility for our own internal realities and to listen to our internal longing to be more slow for myself, it's just not true because I have really had to focus on this intensely. It wasn't without a lot of intention to shift my gears down in life. Now, do I get as much stuff done during the day? No. Am I okay with that? Not all the time. Do I look around my house and say, oh gosh, I wish I would have cleaned it instead of taking that little break? Sometimes I say I'm okay with it like this because I got to take a few minutes to rest. So what I want to tell everybody that is here, listening to this tarot insight, listening to a collective energy reading that is tuning into information that is on an energetic level and is intentionally participating with the world right now, with your life, yes, it's you. If you don't feel like you have, one, the courage to do something like extract yourself from your environment for a few moments, or even the understanding that you need to do that, to need to extract yourself, then I would highly, highly, highly recommend that you put aside one time each week to do some kind of short guided meditation. A short guided meditation is where you put your headsets on, you close your eyes, and you listen to somebody guiding you to calm your nervous system down, guiding you to take a little journey or guiding you just to focus on your breath. And this is very powerful because it gets you to start to see and start to feel what that's like, start to know what that's like in an embodied way. Of course, I'm always here to help each and every one of you. I have my live meditation space that is absolutely free and it's offering to everybody now. And I created this space specifically for these times because it's critical right now to have this real type of awareness. It's Thursday nights at 8:30 p.m. and there's always a replay so you can schedule your alone time during the week to pause your life in your car. Close your eyes and listen. If you don't choose my guided meditation, you don't like my style, there's a million bazillion out there to choose from. This is a great starting point, and it's a continuation point if you've already started an internal awareness process with yourself. The next thing and the last thing I'm going to say about all this energy is to start asking yourself these questions. How can I let this go? And this is when you are kind of rubbing up against something that's very uncomfortable or something that is creating discomfort in your life in a big way or even a very small way. Ask yourself, how can I let this go? Can I let this go? That's a big question. Can I let this go? Or can I focus on something else? Can I pick a better thought about this thing that's bothering me so much? This thing that's making me so angry? This can be something that's happening in your house, and this could be something that's happening in the bigger scale of the world around us. And this is not to bury our heads in the sand. It is just to start to engage with the discomfort that's arising in you. It's like giving it a little hello. And one of the most powerful tools around this kind of process is to write it down, is to write down how you're feeling about something and get it out of your body and onto something else energetically, in an energetic way. This is so, so, so helpful. And if that's not for you, that's fine. But closing your eyes and just asking yourself, can I let this go? How can I shift my thinking on this? Can I let this go? I also want to invite you to check out my offerings on my website, energyalliance.com. I work with people to help them drop into deeper awareness so that they can engage with life from a place of clarity and trust and certainty. And as these times are changing, it's important to observe more than what is directly in front of us. It's important as the structures are breaking down to drop into something internally that can withstand the breakdown of the patriarchy, basically, and how we can move forward connected with ourselves first and foremost. I will see everybody next week. I'm sending lots of love and deep awareness to each and every one of you.